Hamilton is a diverse and unique community, but like any other place in the world, sexual violence exists and affects everyone. In Hamilton, there are sexual assault services that offer a variety of support for individuals who have experienced recent or historical sexual violence. Sexual violence is a broad term that describes any violence, physical or psychological, carried out through sexual means or by targeting sexuality. Any act of a sexual nature undertaken without consent is a sexual assault. It is therefore imperative to obtain consent. Canadian research shows that approximately 1 in 3 women will experience sexual assault in their lifetime at least once, and that women account for 92% of sexual assault victims in Canada. While women experience sexual violence at a rate 10 times higher than men, it is also experienced by men, non-binary, and gender-diverse folks. Sexual assault is severely underreported. Out of every 100 incidents of sexual assault, only 6 are reported to police. If you are a survivor of sexual violence, an ally looking for information, or a helping professional, here are some resources and services available in Hamilton.
Survivors of sexual violence here in Hamilton, first and foremost, need to know that we believe them. When they come to SACHA, we are an organization that is trauma-informed, that is survivor-centered and survivor-led, and we believe them always. You can come to us and call us on the phone and know that the folks that are here to support as much as possible, support in the ways that they want to be supported. And what that means is that we listen to survivors and we hear what it is that they want to get out of counseling services and basically out of all of the services that we have here at SACHA. Our mission is to support survivors of sexual violence who have experienced sexual violence at any point in their life, and we do that through various programs. So the Sexual Assault Center of Hamilton offers counseling services for survivors of ages 16 and up, survivors of any gender. Those counseling services are one-on-one counseling services. We also offer male counseling service specific for males with a male counselor out of the office if that's what they prefer for themselves. We have our 24-hour crisis support line program that survivors and anybody supporting survivors, anybody in community really, can call if they have questions around sexual violence. And it's run by volunteers as well as managed by staff members here at SACHA. Through our support line too, we also offer our chat and text programs, and that's available on our website, sacha.ca. We also have our Diverse Communities Outreach Program, which is a very unique program in the city of Hamilton, especially with the Sexual Assault Center and around gender-based violence. And our Diverse Communities Outreach Program coordinator reaches out to communities and brings them in to have conversations that are really difficult, and they can still be among all communities taboo and difficult to talk about. So offering different workshops like Women Helping with Women programs, our sewing program, and the purpose of these programs is to bring folks into SACHA, let them know what services are available here, as well as what services are available for newcomers, for refugees, for immigrants, and people of color and racialized communities in the city of Hamilton. Our public education program, which is our abuse prevention and awareness program. And what public education does is they go out into community as requested by different organizations, community groups, teachers, school settings, whoever wants to learn about sexualized violence or different topics such as healthy relationships, bystander intervention, consent. Our public education coordinator is available to set up a meeting with your group or different trainings and workshops as well. Public education is also in charge of Take Back the Night, which is a really incredible march and event that we have every September that brings women and children and folks who are non-binary together, and we march down the street and we say that the streets are ours and we deserve to feel safe in our city, in our streets, in Hamilton in general, as women, as children, as folks who are non-binary, and as survivors of sexual violence too. Our final program, it's our anti-human trafficking program, and this is a counseling services for individuals who have exited human trafficking and who are looking for supports for themselves for counseling and their healing journey too. So those are the programs here at SACHA. Survivors can expect a genuine, welcoming space that we continuously work on and reflect on, and basically just a spot to come in and be heard, be listened to, be believed, and we'll try to figure out the rest on how we can support, and if we can't support at SACHA, offering referrals through other organizations and community partners is important. At SACHA, we take the approach that survivors are the experts in their lives, and we're not here to tell survivors what they should do, how they should react, or how they should feel. We are very serious about our anti-racism and our anti-oppression approaches, and ensuring that those are always upheld by service users, by staff, and by volunteers, so that SACHA is the safest space as possible, or a safer space for everybody.
We care for recent survivors of sexual assault and intimate partner violence through the emergency departments. Of course, they can come anytime that they feel unsafe or that they need support from our program. Our team consists of on-call nurses who are available 24/7 through the emergency departments at Hamilton Health Sciences, more specifically at the Hamilton General or at the Juravinski Hospital. When a patient initially comes into the hospital, we want them to feel safe. We want them to know that we believe them, that we're not judging them, that we care about what's going on, and that we're here to listen to them. Probably 60% of the patients that come to see our nurses do not have police with them and aren't sure if they want police involvement or not. We do not call the police unless the patient asks us to call them. We can offer medications to prevent pregnancy. We can offer medications to prevent sexually transmitted infections, including HIV. We can do a physical examination. We can also do STI testing. We can do blood work. We can do toxicology if someone thinks that they may have been drugged and they are missing pieces of time. All of these things can be done, but it's totally up to the patient what we do. The other piece that we do is a forensic piece. We can collect forensic evidence with a person's written consent that may be used by police in their investigation if they choose to involve police. And at the time, they may not know if they want to involve police or not. So we can store the kit at the hospital for up to 6 months so that they can decide whether they want to involve police or not. We have 3 excellent counselors on our team to support women in follow-up for up to 24 visits. All of our services are free and they are specially trained in trauma counseling. We want them to know that they don't have to have blood taken if they don't want to. They don't have to have a gynecological exam if that's something they don't feel comfortable doing. We will do whatever we can to ensure their privacy and respect their modesty as well. If you've been recently assaulted or have safety concerns with regards to intimate partner violence, we encourage you to go directly to the emergency departments at the Hamilton General or Juravinski hospitals. And of course, children 17 and under to come to McMaster. If you're wanting to ask us some questions, if it has been historic and you're looking for care and services, please give us a call. You can leave a confidential voicemail message there and we will get back to you as soon as we can during business hours.
The Victim Services branch of the Hamilton Police Service was established in 1992. We're the only 24-hour crisis intervention service for victims of crime and/or tragic circumstance in Hamilton. We respond to the immediate needs of people who've been victimized by crime or have experienced a traumatic incident. The Sexual Assault Support Program offers support to victims and survivors of sexual violence, regardless of whether or not they want to report to police. The program provides support, information, system navigation, and access to community resources for people who have experienced sexual violence at any time in their life. If someone chooses to report to police, we work with the victim survivors as they navigate the investigative process in collaboration with our Sexual Assault Unit or Criminal Investigations Division. A Victim Services branch staff member meets with the survivor before the interview to provide trauma-informed care, explain the process, and ensure they are aware of resources such as counseling. Our goal is to make sure individuals feel supported and know about options and resources within the community. We will support the individual and continue to work with them regardless of how they want to proceed in terms of the criminal investigation. Support from the Sexual Assault Support Program can include emotional support, safety planning, practical assistance, and referrals to resources and agencies. Our supports are completely confidential. If someone chooses to report to police, we will provide them with information on how to do this. We will work with the victim survivor to identify their needs and then connect them to the appropriate resources. Our agency serves any individual who has experienced sexual violence at any time in their life. We have the Sexual Assault Support Program, and that supports individuals who are deciding to report and go through the investigative process, but we also support individuals who are looking for information and resources and have no intention of reporting to police and going through that criminal process. We are a non-judgmental safe space for individuals, and we want to connect with people so that they can identify what their needs are and we can help them reach those goals. If you'd like to reach Victim Services, our general line is 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and our number is 905-546-4904.
Bonjour, mon nom est Espérance. Je travaille au Centre de santé communautaire Hamilton Niagara, qui est un organisme sans but lucratif qui dispense des services de santé primaires et des services sociaux communautaires à la population francophone de Hamilton et du Niagara. Nous offrons ainsi gratuitement des services en français aux personnes qui parlent, comprennent le français et désirent obtenir des services en français. Au sein du programme contre la violence faite aux femmes, des services de soutien psychosocial sont offerts aux femmes francophones âgées de 16 ans et plus, sans égard à la race, la religion, l'origine, l'orientation sexuelle, l'existence de limitations fonctionnelles, le statut socio-économique ou en immigration. Ce sont des survivants de diverses formes de violence et d'agressions sexuelles récentes ou vécues dans le passé. Il peut s'agir de violences sexuelles dans le cadre des conflits armés comme armes de guerre, de mariages forcés, de crimes d'honneur, de mutilations génitales féminines, de la traite de la personne à des fins d'exploitation sexuelle, etc. Ces services sont également offerts aux hommes survivants d'agressions sexuelles durant l'enfance. Dans une approche féministe, nos services de soutien psychothérapeutique sont personnalisés, confidentiels, culturellement adaptés, tiennent compte de l'impact du traumatisme vécu et sont sensibles à la réalité des francophones en milieu minoritaire. Ces services permettent aux survivantes ainsi qu'à leurs proches de s'exprimer en toute confidentialité, d'être écoutées, d'être crues et de se confier sans être jugées. Ils sont offerts individuellement ou en groupe fermé. Des services d'accompagnement sont aussi offerts dans le milieu hospitalier, policier et juridique. Nous assistons pour compléter un rapport anonyme si cela est souhaité. Nous offrons de l'assistance pratique, par exemple, pour le déplacement en fournissant des billets d'autobus ou de taxi selon les besoins. Au centre de santé, votre bien-être est notre raison d'être. Vous pouvez nous rejoindre en nous appelant par téléphone ou en vous rendant directement à notre site. Souvenez-vous, vous n'êtes pas seul, des services en français existent dans votre communauté.
Our agency will serve anyone who walks through the door, regardless of status or race or socioeconomic background. But we are specifically for the Indigenous community in Hamilton. So I think what makes our center different in helping survivors of sexual assault is that we can provide services for all areas of their life. So if you look at the medicine wheel, it's physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual. And then also too, what makes us different is we can also provide service to male partners if that is something that the family wants or needs. We have a program called TJ Anishinaabe, which means I am a kind man, and it's specifically for men who have been abusive in the past and want to change their behaviors. And that we can kind of provide service that wraps around the whole family, and that they can just call. Like you don't need a referral. You can just walk through the doors or give us a call.
If you are a person aged 16 or over who has been sexually assaulted and do not wish to be identified, anonymous reporting may be an option for you. This gives survivors the opportunity to give information to the Hamilton Police Service without being identified or making a formal complaint. The information you give will assist police in identifying repeat sexual offenders. 3 agencies in Hamilton are available to support individuals in filling out an anonymous report. Other services that support survivors of sexual violence. There are agencies and people that can provide information about options, but everything is your choice. To all survivors, we believe you and you are not alone.